What if I spent 10,000 hours sewing? There's a popular idea that if you spend 10,000 hours doing anything, you're going to become world class at it. Many years ago, I came across a blog called 10,000 Hours of Sewing, and the author of the blog was inspired by Malcolm Gladwell's book, Outliers, and I'd recently just read that book as well. And in the book, Malcolm Gladwell talks about how 10,000 hours of doing anything makes you an expert at it. So today I'm starting a challenge to track every single hour I spend sewing to see how far it can take me. And if you're anything like me, you enjoy the idea of breaking down a bigger project into manageable and smaller pieces. So if I do an hour of sewing here or 15 minutes there, it's all going to add up towards the 10,000 hour goal. And at the very least, I'll have some really cool sewing projects and creations that I make along the way. Now, I'm definitely not new to sewing. I've been sewing for many years, and I even have gone to school for fashion design. So I have a lot of pattern making in my background. I've sewn many costumes, many things for myself, for other people. So it's not like I'm new to threading a needle and just starting from today, but I do want to see how far I can take this starting from now. So I'm marking this as the starting point of tracking. In order to track my time, I'm going to be using the Forest app. It's an app that I've used in the past. It's like a Pomodoro timer, but what I like about it is that you can set it for different times. You can set it for 10 minutes, you can set it for an hour and more or less. When you're ready to start your session, you pick your time. So let's say 10 minutes, you start the timer, and at the end of that 10 minutes, your tree will grow. So you start to have this visual, this garden of trees that you've grown to represent all the time that you put into the task. What's also really cool about the Forest app is that when you accumulate a certain amount of points, you can redeem it for them to plant a real tree. So also pretty cool for the environment. Another thing that the app allows me to do is to share a screenshot of my progress. So you can see here's my forest right now, starting from 0. At the end of every project, I'll let you know how many hours it took me to sew, and I could even do monthly check-ins to show you how much I've done over the month or the year. Obviously, this challenge is going to take several years to complete. Okay, so I'd like to go over the guidelines for this challenge. What is going to count towards the hours and what is not going to count towards the hours. What will count towards the hours are time spent pattern drafting, any pattern work, sewing, cutting, and fitting. Those things will all count towards sewing time. What will not count towards sewing time is designing, sketching, picking up supplies and fabrics, so fabric shopping, and what else? There was another thing that wasn't going to count. Oh yeah, photo shoots and editing videos for YouTube will not count towards sewing time. For my first project, I am making a dress that is inspired by what Shira would wear to the prom if she were to go to the prom, because the Masters of the Universe movie just came out and it's prom season. So I'm really excited to go get started with my first timer, and I will check back in with you soon.